Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief, spoiler-free thoughts on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This was directed by Sam Raimi, director of the Spider-Man trilogy, the Evil Dead trilogy, and Drag Me to Hell, among others. And it starred Benedict Cumberbatch, Rachel McAdams. This girl, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get her name right, so this girl who plays America Chavez, Benedict Wong, and Chiwetel Ejiofor, among many others, and this is yet another installment in the MCU. Doctor Strange is back. This time, he has yet another multiverse problem. After dealing with the whole Spider-Man thing, he comes across a girl named America Chavez, who can travel through the multiverse. Something is hunting her, so it's up to he to help her find the thing that is hunting her. When I say this video will be spoiler-free, I absolutely mean that. I went into this movie completely blind. I got one sort of minor thing spoiled for me. Thank you, Fandom Wire, for showing a certain thing. Thanks for that. But I went into this movie completely, for the most part, unspoiled, and so I want that to happen to you all as well. So don't look it up on Wikipedia, don't do any of that. See the movie for yourself. You will thank yourself for that. I think that the MCU, after Endgame, has been a tad disappointing, at least for me. Of the MCU series on Disney Plus that I've seen, I've just not really been a fan of. Moon Knight is a lone exception, but the last episode kind of left me cold. And some of the movies have left me cold as well. Not bad, per se, but after Endgame, it feels like there was a bit of a lull period. Well, the lull period is officially over, because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is one of my, if not my favorite MCU-related things in quite some time. Firstly, it's always nice to see Benedict Cumberbatch in anything, but this is the best that I've ever seen him as Doctor Strange. He has to, well, it's not really a spoiler, you see it in the trailer, but he has to play multiple different versions of himself, and he does it very, very well. I've heard people complain about Cumberbatch's American accent, saying it's very, I will have 2 American cheeseburgers, please. You know, it's very much a very British man trying to sound very American, which, I mean, I can definitely see where they're coming from, but his accent was never really that much of a problem with me. His accent is much more refined here, and this is the best he has ever sounded as the Doctor. The girl who plays America Chavez, again, I'm not going to try to pronounce her name, is really good here. I'm not entirely sure what she's been in before, I'll have to look that up later, but I hope she gets cast in more stuff, because I thought she more than carried herself. It was nice to see Rachel McAdams, I thought she did a really good job. Benedict Wong, I mean, he's always great to see as well. There are other performances in here that I obviously can't talk without spoiling, but I will say that they're great. But honestly, one of the things that steals the show, to a certain degree, is Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch. This is the best performance that I've ever seen Elizabeth Olsen do as Scarlet Witch, and that includes all of WandaVision. She is very much the villain of the story. However, I think her motivation is a bit weird, but it's also understandable. Elizabeth Olsen does a great job with the role. She is pretty much terrifying in this whole thing. She's basically like the Terminator, virtually unstoppable. I guess it's a good way to parlay into the whole Raimi side of things. Sam Raimi basically made his career off of the Evil Dead movies. Very much horror movies. And so he's always had a bit of horror in most of the movies that he has been in, or that he's directed. That goes double for Multiverse of Madness. There's some stuff that is just like, wow, how did Feige let him get away with that? I refuse to guess, but I'm grateful it's here. There are definitely some callbacks, including a certain cameo to Evil Dead, and honestly, they don't feel overbearing. I feel like Raimi was like, alright, I'm just going to do me, and thank God for that. I think my only real, minor issue with the movie is, like I mentioned, Scarlet Witch's motivation I don't know how it's going to click with most people. For me, it didn't work for a while, but then a few things happened where I was like, okay, that's actually kind of understandable. Because a lot of her actions basically make you ask yourself, okay, does this make her the worst mom ever or the best? It's hard to say. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is my favorite MCU related thing in quite some time, possibly since Endgame. I'm going to give this an amazing grade. I had a great time watching this, and I cannot wait to watch it again. And speaking of which, I do plan on seeing this again, and then on the Life in the Movies podcast, my friend Jacob and I, we're going to be doing a spoiler deep dive into the movie itself. So we'll talk spoilers on Wednesday. But what did you all think of Multiverse of Madness? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say about it. And if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, or thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.